There we go. See if that'll hold. There we go. Glad I got the YouTube notification that I'm live. You know, because God forbid, I don't know. Pigtail, what's up? Jason Perry, what's up? Saturday morning, we got a coffee. I just taken my kid to the piano lesson, so I thought I would do a live feed. Talk about last night's Pale Riders live feed, right? Adam Thomas, good morning. Let's see, let's do some shout outs. Pigtail, Jason Perry, Daniel Adami, Charles Anderson, Mike MF Miller, Whoop Whoop, Red Pepper, Daniel Adami, Adam Thomas, Nothing Witty, John Cater. I'm here in beautiful, beautiful downtown Springfield, Missouri. That was messed up last night. I agree, Jason. You know, I told Pale Rider, you know, call me if you need anything, because I knew he needed to be calmed down, you know. And we're good friends like that, you know. After my truck fire, he you know, he kept me off the ledge, you know. And so I thought I'd do the same for him, and you know, it was messed up. Because, guys, you don't realize. Let's see, that was messed up. Okay, Robson, what's up? I haven't been able to see his speed. What happened? Adam Thomas, he got swatted. There's a point in Pale Rider's video towards the end where he hears a little dog barking. He's got one of them little yippy dogs. And then Pale Rider's like, oh, someone's at the door. So then it's quiet. You hear all this mumbling in the background, you know. And the live feed is still going. The next thing you know, like 5 minutes later, you see a cop come into the room that he was in with a flashlight. It was a police officer. And someone had, those of you who don't know, someone had called the cops and said that he had shot his wife. And so they came in, guns drawn, the whole 9 yards, you know. And you know, in the video you can hear the police sirens in the background. That was for him. That was for his deal. So once he said that he was live feeding from YouTube, they're like, oh, you've just been swatted. So, and you're still alive, about the 46-minute mark. There you go. So yeah, it was pretty bad. I was watching Lil Dog's video this morning. He was talking about it a little bit, and you know, James Beth was in there. You know, it is messed up. It wasn't funny at all. I mean, you know, it's pretty sad when a guy can't do a live feed from his house and not get messed with. I mean, that's part of the reason why I'm doing my live feed now, because you know, I'm away from the house, you know. So, but yeah, it was pretty messed up. So I've got my coffee here, and but you know, here's the other thing. Pale Rider is dealing with blood pressure issues, right? I mean, what if he got tased? You know, I mean, if the cops see any kind of threat whatsoever. I mean, do you guys not watch live PD? Do you not watch police activity on YouTube? It doesn't take much for, you know, guns to be drawn anymore. And you know, what if his wife was at home? You know, he said that she might have even had a stroke. I mean, or a heart attack. You know, people don't think about those consequences. When Trucker's coach was swatted there in the parking lot, as irate as he was, I mean, cops could have seen that as aggression, and that could have ended badly, you know. Ratman, what's up? Well, Mike, there are haters. See, you guys, here's the thing with YouTube. If you're a YouTuber, know this. You can have a video about saving puppies, right? Rescuing puppies or rescuing kittens, and you will get thumbs down and you will get haters. People suck, right? People suck. And if you're a YouTuber, know that you are going to get haters. Know that you are in the public limelight. Now, it may not be to the level of a celebrity like, Madonna or Michael Jackson, somebody like that, but you are still in the public eye. And people can get your address from any kind of source. I got off Life 360 in that trucking group. And, because I was like, who knows? Maybe someone knew where Pale Rider lived before. Maybe they did it through his IP address. So it's a different world now. Especially if they think he's armed and already killed someone, they have to be ready for anything. Right, Nothing Witty. That's the thing. They said the cops told him that they were told that they were, basically they were dispatched under the guise that someone just shot somebody, and that boom. I mean, think about if you're a police officer, the kind of adrenaline that has to go through. I've got family members that are police officers, and they've told me about these moments, and you got this adrenaline going, and it's hard. They go through a lot of training to control themselves, but you're looking out for anything, Try this. Next time you get pulled over, try going for your glove box real quick, or try going for something in your pocket. See what happens to you, There was a guy in Kansas that got shot and killed because someone did that. Right. I mean, think that people have done live feeds where they're having rants and they're just going off like raw, and the cop doesn't know any better, especially a small town cop like what Pale Rider dealt with. Those guys don't get, hey, someone got shot, phone calls all the time. You know what I mean? So it could have been a really bad situation. And Pale Rider does have haters. Lil Dog was talking who would hate on Pale Rider. Well, Pale Rider does have haters. He does have people that don't like him. And it's hard to believe, yes, because if you know Pale Rider on a personal level, if you know Keith on a personal level, you know that he's a live and let live person. He doesn't let all these little things get to him. You know what I mean? He's not a judgmental person. He's seen tragedy in his life, and he's a very humble dude. So it was a really, really low move. Yeah, check into it, Pale Rider, because my wife was asking me this morning, like, well, isn't there a way you can tell who was in the live chat, or not in the live chat, but in the live feed? I said, yeah, but I was thinking about that. I was like, well, we got 40 people in the live, in the live feed. Well, you've boiled it down to 40 people, but I don't know if there's software that exists that will tell you who is in the feed, because the only way I know who's in the feed is if you guys say something in the chat, right? And we all do the ear lurking, the ear hustling, I guess is a better term for it. But maybe they can trace the 911 call that happened. So, Big Rig CO, what's up? Yeah, you left before it happened. Texted Provost, probably freaked him out. I texted him, I was like, dude, did you hear what happened to Pale Rider? He's gonna wake up, look at this phone, and like think the worst. Sorry about that, Provost. Yeah, that was crazy. And if you go to Pale Rider's Twitter feed, and he does have some haters. And Trucker Jukebox, I hope it's not any of the people that love and adore you, that, you know, because I know that some of them that adore you have hated on me and Palerider. And, you know, I hope that they weren't the ones that did that. Because Trucker Jukebox is another one that just kind of stays to himself, you know. So, but yeah, it was crazy. I mean, I was in there, and someone had joked that it's the cops, and someone joked that the cops were called because, you know, you heard sirens in the background, and then you hear the dog, right? And then next thing you know, you really do see a cop, and you don't see Palerider for a long time, and he comes in, he's shaking, you know, he's like, you know, like he's had too much coffee, which is impossible for Palerider. But it was Bobby Buffet, confirmed. Is that right, Ike? Yeah, that's the other set of haters that Ike's brought up is the. I'm not even going to mention the name. There's a YouTuber that used to be part of the trucking YouTube community that are irrelevant now, and they've hated on Palerider for quite a while, a long time ago. And Bobby Buffet is if you know who I'm talking about, you know who I'm talking about. But if you don't, I don't want to advertise who they were. Yeah, people can make fake YouTube accounts, you're right. I mean, I don't know how that could be confirmed yet, but Ike's got a good guess there. Look, if you want to hate on somebody, hate on somebody. If you want to start a troll account, make crappy comments, you know, and make fun of their likeness or whatever, that's one thing. But to involve police officers and the whole 9 yards, that's just crap. You're just messing. Yeah, it's possible though. Ricardo, what's up? But yeah, it was crazy, man. It was, as Palerider likes to say, it was crazy, you know. And the dude, you know, Palerider called me last night, still wound up, man. Did you have trouble sleeping last night, Palerider? By the way, guys, I'm loving this new phone. I got the Galaxy Note 10 Plus. Love this thing. You know, I get so tired of hearing about my trolls. These trolls say nothing to me, only to you guys. I have no control of people do like you're a Palerider. I have no control. I'm not a troll, never will be. Now, Trucker Jukebox, I understand. I know that you're not a troll. But I you know, I recognize that there's a lot of people that are dedicated to certain YouTubers that follow them, you know, do what they tell them, you know, and I know that you're not doing that, Trucker Jukebox. Don't get me wrong. But a troll can give a YouTuber a bad name. You know what I mean? If they're you know, and here's the thing, Trucker Jukebox, we know you're a good dude, you know, but hell, that there was a troll that went off on me just for saying your name. You know what I mean? It's like, I think that person called me a long-haired hippie tweaker, ugly something or other. It was like a shopping list, you know, of stuff, and you know, and so it's like when you have a good YouTuber that has bad trolls following them. You know, I don't think I've ever had anybody troll in another live feed that likes me but will troll somebody else. I don't know if I've ever seen that, you know. Cornell ranks right up there, says Donnie Luke. Me and my friends had a debate last night about who has the best vocals in a rock band. I think Chris Cornell. Ricardo, there's Chris Cornell was good. His best vocals to me was was in the album, Soundgarden's album Loud Love. That is a metal album. You know, everybody credits, you know, Soundgarden being part of the grunge movement, but that is a full-blown doom metal album. And his vocal range on that album was amazing. Now, with that being said, there are a ton of really great vocalists that a lot of people haven't heard, you know, in the underground metal scene that blow Chris Cornell away. You know, no disrespect, but you know, Chris Cornell is good, but you know, it's a limited scope of what's really out there. You know, that's the beauty of heavy metal music. Robert Plant. Good morning, Ralph. What's up? Thanks, Pale Rider. I do care. But no, but there are people that follow you to the T and that hate on Pale Rider and a little bit of me. So they'll probably respond to this video. But you know who's the best vocalist in my opinion? Bruce Dickinson of Iron Maiden. Why? Because the guy's he's highly educated. He can fly an airline. You know, the guy's a smart dude, right? And he's an amazing vocalist. And he's like what? In his late 50s, and to see Iron Maiden live, you guys haven't lived until you've seen Iron Maiden live. They put on an amazing show. You know, I saw Michael Sweet, J-Tape. Yeah, I agree. Michael Sweet, that's another underrated vocalist, Michael Sweet. He saw Stryper live twice, and amazing both times. Bruce is still killing it. Yep, Jordan, I agree. Donnie, look, yeah, Robert Plant was good. Now, in Robert Plant, he knows he can't sing like he used to. So that's why there's never been a Led Zeppelin reunion. I mean, I think they did a couple of songs, but he knows that's a thing of the past. And you know, and I mean, there are some bands that are touring that you just like, dude, you got to hang it up, you know. You know, and vocalists are common. Rob Halford's another one that still sounds good to this day. I mean, you watch Judas Priest live, and it's like, you know, there's two bucket list bands I haven't hit yet: Metallica and Judas Priest. And the one opportunity I had to see Judas Priest, they had the other vocalist, what's his name, Ripper Owens, and who's really good in and of itself, you know. But I'm trying to see Slipknot tonight. $400 for a decent ticket? No freaking way. He's 61 now. That's crazy. $400 to see Slipknot? I remember when some friends of mine were playing in the Iowa death metal scene when members of Slipknot were doing that. Now you have to pay $400 to see them? Screw that. I heard in an interview several years back that Plant actually said there's a lot of Zeppelin songs he can't do anymore. Yeah, I mean, he's honest with himself, you know? He was your opening the show. Jordan, when it comes to listening to Behemoth, I'm like okay with them, but they were by far, now mind you, I've seen hundreds of death metal bands, signed and small, right? Behemoth was the best death metal show I've ever seen. Now, of course, they were the headliners. I don't know what kind of set they're going to have opening up, but they put on a show. It's not just four dudes jamming. They put on a real theatrical show. And that's the thing. That's kind of the thing now is, you know, Slipknot is part of that group. You almost need theatrics sometimes. You know, like King Diamond, I've seen King Diamond, I've seen Mercy Fate. Excellent, excellent shows. Amon Amarth, they were excellent. But Behemoth puts one of the best shows, and Gojira I would love to see. Triple Wall Music Fest in Manchester, Tennessee is a decent lineup. I'll have to look that up. Just landed a new truck and job transporting and going on tour with bands. Pitbull Gator. I would love to do that, but I would never see the house. Dude, Behemoth is worth it. Sometime in October. Don't hate me, but I've seen Judas Priest several times. Rob Halford does not have it anymore. I don't know. Some of the live feeds I've seen, he's still doing okay. I've seen Amon Amarth and Arch Enemy in October. Or you've seen Amon Amarth. Amon Amarth was awesome. I like the lead singer of Disturbed. Cool. I really don't listen to a whole lot of mainstream music. And here's the other thing. So people ask me, "Oh, your kids probably listen to metal." No, they despise it. I don't know. I don't think they despise it. I think that they like certain songs. You know, my daughter's gotten really into this music thing. She's learning theory. She's learning piano. She's in orchestra. She's in choir. She's, you know, we bought her a record player. It was the best thing ever, you know. And she loves music. She wants physical music. She's not like completely relying on iTunes or something like that, you know. And I've played her some interesting stuff, you know. Pitbull Gator, man, if I was single, I would do that in a heartbeat. I would love to do that. Bronco, Big Rig Seal. I've never heard of Bronco Brown until I go to Big Rig CEO's house. And then he forces me to watch this video, which completely just blew my mind, and then I put it down. And he's like, the song sticks in your head. I'm like, no, it don't. Not in my head. On the wireless live chat feed, my brother got my daughter a double kick to influence her to learn metal on drums. There you go. There you go, Adam. She's following in her music background. Sweet. Daniel Anami, my musical background can fit on this finger. And she's like, you know, so. Jeffrey Like, what did you miss on YouTube last night? Pale Rider was swatted. For those of you who don't know what that term means, that means when someone's doing a live feed, people call the cops, so the cops raid your house as you're doing your live feed. And it's really common in the gamer world. You know, all they got to do is follow your IP address, and boom, they're there. So if you see cops showing up in this parking lot, you know what happened. I like blues, Donnie. Rick Emmett from Triumph, there you go. Got to see Steve Ray Vaughan about 2 months before he got killed. Wow. Baby Mill come to LA in October. That's awesome. You gonna go see him, Viking Coach? Does my picture look a lot better? Because I bought these new Galaxy 10s, man. I'm digging them. This has been, I didn't drive this week, but this is, let's talk about some motor op stuff for a minute. As a business owner, sometimes you gotta like just stop driving for a second and collect everything. I had to catch up on a lot of stuff, both home-wise, and you know, I switched all of our phone plan, and that was a chore in and of itself, an expensive chore. And then you know, just trying to get the end of August monthly stuff dealt with. I remember when Bubba Nesbitt swatted Coach. That was intense. Big crazy. So yeah, if you do a live feed from the house, you know, just be careful. Just know that you might have the cops called on you. So. But yeah, I took this week off, and it wasn't really a week off. I had to deal with a lot of things family wise. Hell, we had to get it. It was every time I'm home, it gets expensive. Not because of loss of revenue, but because buying stuff. You know, we had to buy a new washer. Did the phone thing, but in the end, I'll be saving money. And then, what else did we do? There, you know, just my kid's sick, so I had to help with that. You know, and it's good to have that freedom. You know, there's a lot of people that mistake dispatch for freedom. The freedom of self-dispatch for lack of working. That's not the case. There takes a lot of time and dedication. Big Rick Sheo did a good video about that. You know, unrealistic expectations. I suggest you check that out. Yeah, welcome here. Well, yeah, Jeff goes home and he spends like 80 grand on an RV. It's be like what, $200, Jeff? The thing probably gets like 4 miles to the gallon, right? So what's a gallon of gas now? I don't even know what a gallon of gas is. But this live feed's almost over because we're only doing it for half an hour. That's the length of my daughter's piano lesson. But yeah, man. So if Pale Rider's hater that Swatted watching this, you know, screw you. And hopefully Pale Rider will find out who you are, and then we're gonna blast that name all over the internet. 213 in Crossville, Tennessee. You know what? I could probably find out. Let's see. Gas station, Springfield, Missouri.
Gas station, Springfield, Missouri, around Springfield. Here you go.
Let's see. $2.14 a gallon at the signal down the road. So we're at $2.14. That's not bad. So can't overspend when you're on SSD. I hear you. I never understood why Coach is cool with Nesbitt after he swatted him. I know, Rick. That's, I don't know. Maybe Coach is a very forgiving person. Who knows? I think that's why a lot of people accuse a lot of the YouTube drama as being fake, because they see people that are at war one year and that they're friends the next year. I think, you know, but I don't know, maybe people are just very forgiving and very understanding and very, you know, kumbaya and stuff. You know, who knows? Maybe they made a deal. Maybe they're friends now. Maybe they came to an understanding. Look, Schneider, I see right behind me. Late says other trucker James Best. But hey, you know, the more the YouTubers get along, the better, right? That's how I look at it. May not be the best reviews, but I don't know, man. I'm all about putting positive energy out there on YouTube, right? Just a bunch of little punks that want to still be in a gang that makes them feel wanted in society. Well, everybody has, okay, so let's talk about the psychology of that. Everybody wants to feel belong. They want to feel like they belong, right? That's why gangs are so powerful. That's why it's cool to root for your team. That's why, you know, like metalheads, you know, you see another person in a Amon Amarth shirt and you automatically say, hey, what's up? You know, that kind of thing. Everybody wants to feel like they belong to something. You know, I don't care if you're the biggest introvert, hermit, whatever. The lack of feeling like you belong to something is not healthy. You think little guy and little dog will be friends again? I don't know. That's their beef. You know, I watch both the channels, so You know, I'm talking to Matt and I'm talking to Will, you know, like at truck shows and stuff, and I don't know, I'm a live and let live person. You know? And you know, I know that there are two very different personalities. I know that they could definitely be oil and water, you know, but who isn't? I mean, you know, there's, you know, like, you know, when you know, last year when we were hanging out with Harold and James, they're like oil and water. It was kind of fun to watch the interchange. It was kind of fun to watch them interact with each other. You know, with Harold and James in the same room. My biggest entertainment is the whole act. You know, sometimes it's like a skit of who's on first. If they get along, they won't have any material. Be a part of the OTD Roscoe's Cigar Knob Creek gang, right? No Knob Creek for me, man. I haven't touched hard alcohol in over a year. Some people are introverts, but some people just stand alone in their awesomeness, and that's Roscoe. That's other trucker James Best. He is alone. He wants to be alone, as long as he watches like me. Oh yeah, got to hang out with Provost last night. James Best did. Got to smoke some of them fancy cigars I knew he had in that truck, because he was showing them off at gas there. LBC will never run out of content with all those jokers putting out videos. Says Jeffrey, like, you know, LVC has the best parodies, and he's usually spot on. Spoiled me. His latest parody where he was waiting for a theme song right after this, and then nothing happens. That was hilarious. I loved it. Maybe I need to come up with a Little Viking Coach theme, right? And then he could sing it as a jingle. I try to be respectful. Yeah, there was a time where, I don't know, there was a lot of people hating on some friends of mine in a YouTube video, and I kept track of the names, and I deleted, or, you know, I don't know, I blocked a lot of people that were like that, because I didn't want that, but I unblocked a few since then, but I still need to do some of that. Oh, all right, guys. My daughter's done with her live feed, or with her piano lessons, which means the live feed is done. Come on in. And this phone holder is not going to hold this phone up, so we don't do live feeds and drives. So that being said, thanks for watching. Be careful, the swatters. Be careful, the haters. And until next time, see you.